Hello everyone and welcome back to here with Scala Craft, and it's Scala here. Today we're gonna watch a nice game of a TvZ, I believe, and here in the map of Achillon Wastes. The Latvian player, TheChosenOne, and his opponent, random, Cryft. Yeah, not really sure what's going on in this game, haven't viewed it yet, so we have first we have the same opportunity here to view it together and see what's going on here and what's not. So, introduce you to the both players here on the bottom right side playing Red Zerg, it's a Cryft, and on the top left corner playing Blue Terran, Blue Terran player is the Chosen One. So here we have a game of a TvZ, Terran versus Zerg. Quite a nice matchup. Well, to be honest, I'm always saying that, and all matchups we are viewing. Uh, Honestly, I love like most of them. Some exceptions, some mirrors, just a little bit dislike, but still it's nice. For example, ZVZ for me is not the favorite one about all those current mechanics, Link, Muta. Not a lot of diversity and so on, and it like was the same in the Wings of Liberty with the PPP. It was just a very micro-intensive battle, and just one small mistake could cost the game. And no, that's the thing I just don't like. I believe, at least with my skill of the game. And yeah, so we're seeing this here in the game. We're seeing that the Cryft is going for expansion first, and then the pool. It's standard build, I believe, that I'm playing against the Terran. Just expand first and then go on and see the Chosen One answering for that. It's the factory, quite fast factory. That means probably the Hellions, and if there are Hellions, so that means that the Zerg player. I'm not sure if he's scouted it or not, and haven't scouted anything yet. That means that the Zerg player needs to be ready, put some spine crawlers, I believe, or at least make additional queen to block the ramp here, and try to defend the drones. That's what happens here, and an additional thing is need to go for the speed quite fast. No, can't just wait up, and seeing that the Chosen One chooses the exact tactics. It's the factory VIT reactor. A lot of players tend not to play reactor after that, so not many of them goes for the blue flames. It was at the Wings of the Liberty. So yes, you're seeing the one Hellion, and yep, the second one is on the way, also with the command center. So the Chosen One is going to put some little pressure on, some harassment, maybe killing some links here on the way, kill the drones, and and that's the spine crawler here by the Cryft. Need to remind you all that this is the game from the Gold League ladder. Players from the Gold League not that high. Still we seeing quite nice builds here, and appropriate reaction, I believe. Well, more or less appropriate, of course. Maybe it's a little bit over safe here by the Crypt, but we'll see. Seeing that 3 queens are on the map already, so yeah, that's the thing here nowadays. And just looking at the StarCraft, we see that the players from the lower league enjoying the master and doing really good hard build. So, what's the Chosen One doing behind this? It's making more additional Hellions, so he's going to really go for that. The 4 Hellions are on the map already. 2 additional ones are going to be made. The Cryft answer here is more roaches. Roaches are always good, of course, against the mag build here. For example, like there is a lot of Hellions. Oh, our Hellion goes down, and let's see how much damage he can do here. Oh, I believe quite a damage. Nice pull here from the Crypt, and usage of queens. It's 5 queens in total at the moment. That's really a lot of queens. Haven't done that much damage, I believe, here, but but at least he pulled off the drones and saved us some mining time here. Also forced to make a lot of more roaches instead of drones, and that's the good thing, I believe, since that the chosen one is going for expansion as well. Not a lot of things going on at the moment, only 2 barracks and factories, so believe he's going for uh, bio or biomac mix here. The factory is not really used at the moment, so no more Hallian production. Mm, that might be the correct way here. It just showed up to quite a lot of Hellions. The Cryft was transferring to the roaches, and here the chosen one is going for some mines, marauders, marines. Now the steam pack and the starport as well here. So the starport could do some nice nasty drops, some mine drop or just, well, there's plenty of possibilities here to what to drop. And the drop thing is, yeah, you need to do that. It's a must here in the heart of the swarm. Because like back in some couple of time here in the Wings of the Liberty, it wasn't that necessary, to be honest, for the Terran player to do to be drop active, at least in the lower leagues. But nowadays, you need to put a lot of pressure here on the Zerg if you want to take the game. So you can't leave the Zerg just freely up macroing up and taking additional bases. And well, the here thing is the Cryft is he's had a lot of money, but not taking additional base. That might be a little bit mistake. Okay, here he goes, but it's a little bit too slow. It's 10-minute mark here for the Zerg. Should be faster. Definitely true. Oh, he going for double base. That's the nice answer, I believe, and quite a lot of roaches, some queens. Should be a nice creep spread, and yes, we're seeing the creep spread here in the Gold League. I'll remind you all that it's Gold League, and that's definitely quite a nice creep spread. And that's the thing here. Yeah, I'm saying it's the leagues in the lower leagues are getting more competitive, and of course they're lacking some macro skills, but the builds are there. They know what to do, when to do, and additionally, it's some nasty things that it's possible here from the lower league players. Like they just don't tend to do those timing attacks and might mix in some crazy unit builds. For example, some Swar hosts against the Terran players and so on. And if you are as a Terran player not really prepared for that, and you are not pro yourself exactly here in the Gold League, so you might struggle against it. Okay, and back to this game, of course, and here is seeing that chosen one is going for very heavy bio, and the thing is, engineering base is only one up, and only the first upgrade is going on for infantry weapon level. Quite slow upgrades here, but now the money is starting flowing in from the 2 bases. I'm still lacking a lot of SCVs, but money starts to flow in, and he'd have the spare money to spend and make additional barracks. I believe it's a little bit too much here from the 2 bases. It's not really possible to produce so many units with reactors, especially. Needs to have at least 3 bases or something like that. And yeah, the supply block, those nasty things, and that's the difference we're seeing here in the lower leagues. And I'm going to repeat myself, and yeah, that's it. That's those are the mistakes that really splits the players between those masteries, between the Master League, the Platinum, Diamond, and so on. It's the possibility of seeing what's going on the supply cap, what's going on the macro skills. You know, like the just macroing up the economy, produce buildings, and that multitasking about the constant harassment possibilities. Here is seeing the lack of it. No drops at the moment. No ling rung by. No scouting overloads, seeing what's going on and how to react. That's the thing, and of course, there's this possibility of going up to 200 as fast as possible. Here we're seeing that the players a little bit afraid of each other. I believe that Zerg is trying to just to keep spread and see what's going on here and there. Lacking those precious overloads here, so just seeing that those drops. And at first, I would say even the Doom drop is coming here from the Chosen One. He's on 100 supply, a little bit behind here for the Cryft, but that big drop full of Marines, Marauders could do quite a lot of damage, and let's see how the Cryft will counter to that. And of of course, the first in the first base phase is there's nothing really to counter that, and a lot of roaches, hydras are so far away, and roach hydra is not really the best choice to counter the marine marauder heavy attacks. I would prefer, of course, the banelings, lings, mutalisks, but since he saw those Hellions first, he wasn't sure, and lack of scouting, he wasn't sure if it's going to be some Taurs, maybe some tanks heavy, and well, that's the other thing here from the Chosen One. It lacks tanks on the base. Of course, he knows that if there are roaches, the tanks are not that good. Just stick to the full bio. Okay, nice. He took out the layer and a lot of drones and some force, and also they're going to take a lot of roaches off. Those marauders are just doing the quite nice damage. Very nice trade here for the Chosen One. He takes the supply lead here and taking out the most of the army here from the Cryft, and going to retreat to the base, 2 bases out. And the Chosen One is in a nice position here, trying to expand here in the background of this, and it's the completely wise choice, the wisest way to do it. Having nice additional supply depot built and armory up to engineering base, the constantly doing some upgrades, going for the 2-2. It's very nice here, seeing that Zerg is only having 1-2. Small advantage here, but it's going to be gone in a couple of seconds. Nice position here by the Chosen One. The big drop, it did a lot of damage and put the Zerg behind for the big time. He have quite a lot of money in the bank, but not really using it. Oh, that's the problem here by the Cryft, and he might not be able to defend this even, I believe. Ooh, those roaches are just dying so quickly, and the Medivacs healing up the Marines and Marauders are just doing very nice damage here against the Cryft Roach Hydra build. Very dangerous, and if you don't have any banelings here in the mix, or any splash damage, or it's really hard to counter that bio heavy units. Just with pure Roach Hydra, you need to overwhelm them and put them in nice position, and need to take care of those Medivacs as well. So that's nasty thing here for the Zerg to counter, at least in this point. So always need to be prepared, and that's the point why you have those 2 overlords here and here, just to go in and see what's going on here, to see what Terran is doing here. For example, let's see that the Cryft have no idea, like completely no idea what's going on here in the Chosen One base. It could be anything. Exactly, it could be like, for example, some crazy build like mass ravens, or a lot of banshees, and banshees would be devastating here at this point. I don't know, even maybe ghosts or whatever, just whatever here in the Gold League. And that's why you have those overlords. You need to scout and need to how to react. At the moment now, it's really marauder heavy army, and that's the splash damage he's thinking about. That's infestors, very nice, but it's way too late. A Roach Hydra infestor could be nice to lock those units in position, do some additional AoE damage, and would be able to defend here, but now engagement before those infestors could be quite devastating. Still Cryft goes for that, and infestors are out. Oh, and putting down infested Terrans instead of the fungal growth. Oh, infested Terrans are good, but it's not cost efficient trade for sure, and all those infestors are dead, and oh, that's so much money gone from the Cryft, and the Chosen One is taking very nice lead here. Still could be a little bit better, only going for the 3rd base and the 20-minute mark. Could be 4 or 5 bases at the moment at least. A bit of pressure, I believe, here for the Chosen One as well, because seeing all that creep spread, trying to think that Zerg player have some additional cards under the sleeves and going to play out. So yeah, that's the thing, and you never be sure about what's going on, and especially if you're not scouting yourself, you're having only like 3 orbital command centers here, and using all energy for the mules. You need to maybe throw down some scouting here. Oh, nice fungal growth here by the Cryft. Uh, Saying that they don't need to scout, and that's the main thing here in the game of the StarCraft. The scouting is like everything. If you don't do scouting, you're not sure what opponent does, and you can't really build the correct units and make the garment for positioning. The big engagement here in the base of the Crypt, that could be the one of the last ones. Big engagement here, the lot of Medivacs do the trick, and that's the thing. Because the healing up those Marauders very well, and unfortunately there are just too many Roaches and too many Hydras, and the army is cleared up, but the cost-efficient trades, and this wasn't the one for the Zerg player, I believe. He has some slight lead in bases now, but not really functioning and going on and working out. But constant reinforcements here from the Chosen One is really the good thing, and as I think he wanted to do. Maybe lacking some extra Medivacs, some drops here and there, like for example one auto drop going on base. Just load up with the Marines, shift the D and the base, and it would do the trick. So this time, yeah, I'm doing more about it, an analysis, than instead of just commentating what's going on the game. But that's the thing here, in the game of this is a little bit slower, and I have a possibility to express myself, to tell what's on my mind. And oh, we're seeing that the fungal growth is very, very, very nice here from the Crypt, but just not enough forces to back this up. And he just sticks to the Roach Hydra build, and sending out those infestors with a move probably, or whatever. It's oh, such a big mistake here, and it's 25-minute mark. It was players needed to go for something else, and seeing that he didn't manage to do those upgrades, and not mentioning he have a lot of minerals and gases in bank, he didn't do any additional extra units. For example, that's the thing when Zerg players go for those Ultralisks, and Ultralisks are just amazingly good against the Bioforce, and if the Chosen One have no mines and no constantly dropping here on Zerg base, he just loses. Those Ultralisks are very, very strong, and it does actually have those base advantage and a lot of spare units, and just can send some queens to heal up and transfusing if you have a nice creep spread like this. Why not? Why not? It's a wise choice, but not the thing we see here in this game. He still manages going to stick for those infestors, Roach, Hydra very expensive, making Roaches, but the Marauders are just the counter unit for Roach, and it's just dumb way to stick to it, and I'm sorry to say that, but Cryft is definitely out of the game, and the Chosen One is taking it slowly but steadily and taking this game. Need to put a little bit more pressure, some drops. I'm repeating myself again here, but the drops is the must-have. You need to drop Zerg and put some harassment on, because Zerg just, if he has some spare minerals, he can just make a lot of bases here, all around the map, to be honest. And a nice scouting here to just deny the creep spread, stopping it, and I don't know, just. That's it, definitely. And I'm seeing that the time of the game is also almost at end. Just time to move in and finish the game here. So to all Zerg players out there, just don't forget to scout. Don't forget to check out what units enemy have, and counter them. That's it. You need to react fast, and that's why you are Zerg. Have the possibility to switch the attack really, really fast, and don't forget pin upgrades and so on. It's really crucial, especially if you send the Bioforce with the 3-3. Of course, you're not able to defend anything with 2-1 Roaches. And that's the GG. Thank you everyone for watching, and stay tuned for the next game. Please share, like, and yeah, so on. See you soon, guys.